Movie review number 1541 is David. David is a 2025 movie that is directed by Phil Cunningham and Brent Dawes. Daws. So this movie has Angel Studios, 2521 Entertainment, Sunrise Animation Studios, and Minno Productions. Minno. So this movie I saw on December 23rd, 2025 at AMC West Chester 18 in West Chester, Ohio. This movie is based on the biblical character David, who stood up against Goliath, and the story of David versus Goliath. So, from the songs of his mother's heart to the whispers of a faithful God, David's story begins to require devotion. When the giant Goliath rises to terrorize a nation, a young shepherd named David, armed with only a sling, a few stones, and unshakable faith, steps forward. Pursued by power and driven by purpose, his journey tests the limits of loyalty, love, and courage, culminating in the battle not just for a crown, but for the soul of a kingdom. So, this movie has two parts to it. When David is young, and David becomes an adult. As a child, David is a shepherd, and he rides his sheep. And he is told that he will become the future king of Israel. And he sets out on a mission to protect Israel from the Philistines who are wanting to take control of Israel. Now the Israelites and the Philistines meet, and they decree that each of them will bring their strongest warrior for a battle. The Philistines bring out Goliath, who is very tall, very big, and powerful. And the Israelites have no idea who to bring in the battlefield. And David says, "I will go fight Goliath." And everybody is just like laughing, thinking, David can never pull this off. But David may not be as strong, but he has heart. And he is smart. He is smart, and he has an idea. And with his faith in God, he decides to take the fight against Goliath and protect Israel. Can he defeat Goliath? Now the movie also shifts forward to when David becomes an adult, and how the current king of Israel suspects that David may become the future king of Israel, and let's just say he may not like that. So David has to figure out how to convince the king that he is not going to take the throne, at least as of right now. But there are some things that get even more complicated. Now I won't reveal too much more due to spoilers. But this is a story about a young shepherd who eventually becomes the future king of Israel. Not just in the David vs. Goliath story, but also having faith in his God and his people. This movie is about a boy who becomes a future king. Then the movie is also a little bit of a musical, as they do sing some songs in the movie, especially from David himself. Yeah, this was really good. I definitely recommend it. I remember seeing The King of Kings, which was another Angel Studios movie that was released earlier in the year. But now they released another biblical movie called David. And along with The King of Kings, it is entirely animated. Yeah, they really did a good job with this movie. So, we see Phil Wickham portrays David, a shepherd from Bethlehem, who plays really and composes poetry, while Brandon Endman portrays a young David. Miri Miska portrays Nitzacete, Nitcevete, portrays the mother of David. Swan Mudown portrays Zoria, the younger sister of David, while Ashley Bottiger portrays a teen Syria. Mark Jacobson portrays Jonathan. Anna Michael Dorr portrays Saul, who is the current king of Israel. Asim Chaudhary portrays King Al-Sharich, the monarch of Gath. Mitch Waingood portrays Seidel. Will D. Wincy Morton portrays Fasavar, who is the son of Persian Viceroy Haman. Warren Didwell portrays Rebecca, and Cameron Nidhat portrays Goliath. Now, before seeing this movie, I do know about the David vs. Goliath story, at least a little bit. Especially after watching so many years ago a VeggieTales tape called Dave and the Giant Pickle that details the David vs. Goliath story. So if you guys have seen that as well, then you probably have an idea on how at least the David vs. Goliath story and David goes. So I remember seeing that as a child, and as a result, I had an idea on how some of the movie was going to go. But I didn't expect how the second half of the movie would go, so that was definitely interesting to see. But yeah, this is a really good movie, fun for, and it's definitely a movie for family, kids, and adults. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of David, Precinct 2 from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.